I'm live. Hi, everybody. How is it going? My name is Hallie, and I am a dating coach and mindset coach. This is my first time to go live on YouTube. I have a large Facebook group of over 3,000 women, and I'm used to going live there. I don't know why my screen is so blue. My room looks like I'm all blue, and my face is all red, but it's sunny. I'm in Kansas City, and it's very, very sunny and hot here. So bear with me. I'm not quite camera ready for my big debut of live YouTube, but I'm here. And I'm happy to be here because I felt really called to share this have this conversation with the world about should I hire a matchmaker? And I wanted to share this conversation because it's something that keeps coming up. I keep having people ask me this. I've worked with clients for over 4 years, close to 5, and they've asked me before we've started working together, and they understand that the coaching that I do is completely different, and it's much more focused internally on developing that loving relationship with yourself. Even though you might think you have one, if you are struggling to find love, find a great, loving, supportive relationship that feels connected and feels supportive to you, then I will say that follow like the proof, and the fact that you're not finding it means that there's something you can do about it. So it's good news. It's not to blame, it's not to shame, it's not to point fingers. It's just to say, take some ownership and know that you have all the power you need with yourself. You don't need to hire a matchmaker to bring somebody to you, because you can find the person that you want to be with by doing things that also up-level your life. So let me explain a little bit more. I wanted to start with like the 2 reasons. I'm not going to say never hire a matchmaker, but because never say never, right? It might work great for you. And if it does, please let me know. And then I'll celebrate with you, because I love knowing people find love. So I will say the 2 big reasons I say this, because clearly what I teach and what I coach on, I believe in the most, and it's worked best for me, is the first one is that it's kind of a numbers thing. And I really preach against the numbers game. None of my clients are out there dating every night and online every night, talking, texting, blah, 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 blah. They are more intentional about their connections. But it is a bit of a numbers game. The reason I would say to consider that a matchmaker might not be right for you if you are over 40 is just because of a numbers game, because there's less and less people out there that are dating. It's just like in the 20s and 30s, you're in that mode. Everybody's really searching for love, starting to start their family, and there's just a bigger pool. So a matchmaker in that sense probably could work. And I still even have some thoughts on that, but I just say, like, for the people that I work with, the women that I work with, consider that, because there's just going to be less and less men to meet. In fact, I even know some men who were chosen by matchmakers to go on dates with women where they didn't invest any money. The matchmaker just needed people and to fill spots. I mean, these were great men, and they were good catches, so to speak. But I felt like they were being a little misled, because the women who were on one side were investing and really taking this seriously, and the men were just sort of showing up to fill a spot or fill a seat and fill a commitment that the matchmaker had made to these women about bringing so many men in front of her. So there again is the numbers game to them. It's just finding love's not a game. And the best, smartest way to go about it, so you get the benefit of it, is to really go internally and just get so much out of life and start falling in love with your life, so that your relationship that you're searching for isn't something to fill a void. It's actually, you're meeting somebody to share the loveliness and the wonderfulness of your life with. It's the icing on the cake. It's not the cake. It's not the ingredients in the cake. You've already done all that, and you're just looking for somebody to share that lovely cake with, and maybe put some icing on top of it. Weird metaphor. Sorry. I think it's almost dinner time or something. Then the second reason that I really do say steer clear of, if you're thinking about making this decision, something to consider is that often it can be like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So considering the low numbers that are out there, and then you go on what you think is like kind of like the ultimate vehicle to go find people, it would be a matchmaker, and then those don't work out, then it sets you back. It takes you back in time and in your mindset, and it really sets you back mentally and emotionally, because you start thinking, it's just not out for me. I just spent like $7,000 on a matchmaker and I didn't meet anyone. It's not for me. So it really backfires. That sucks because it's not true. What you're saying to yourself is not true. The money wasn't the way to find it. So it actually works against you. And so I want to just kind of give those two things for food for thought. And if somebody has had a wonderful experience with a matchmaker, I'd love to hear from you. If you are a matchmaker, we can talk this through. I'm not trying to pick any fights or anything. I think the more love we can do, like bring into the world, the better. So I'm all for that. I am just saying that the kind of the evidence that has been presented to me over the last 4.5 years was that matchmaking wasn't really working. It hasn't worked for the women. Oftentimes women come to me after working with a matchmaker really frustrated. So maybe it could work. A matchmaker would be great for a woman who has done the work that I help them with, right? They have really cleared everything, and maybe they live on an island and can't meet people because I've never met, none of my clients have ever had trouble meeting men once they go through the program that I put. It's a 12-week program. And so none of them have ever had trouble meeting men. Oftentimes the women that I coach, their biggest problem becomes like kind of like saying no, breaking up, like, no, I don't, like really discerning and waiting until they get that exact man that they want to meet or partner. So I just wanted to test out YouTube Live. I'm happy to be here, and I hope that this has been helpful. If you are single and you are, you're someone who has had to put love last, and maybe because of career, family, kids, both, and just put yourself last, then comment below or reach out to me. You can find me on my Facebook page and my Facebook group. It's How to Single Without Loneliness, or send me a message. I'd love to see if we can help you with that. We've helped hundreds of women find love in less time than you might think it takes. I'm not going to put a time frame promise on it, but the quickest I think was maybe in 2 weeks. And that was somebody that the client previously knew but had never considered dating. Some of my clients do take a little bit longer, and that's wonderful. We let them kind of set the pace and know that have that ownership over this part of their life, and just know that they're following a system and they're following a process that will work, and it will help them find love, because love is out there for everybody. And it's when you're going about it the wrong way, it can start to feel like it's not. And that breaks my heart for everybody, because they're just in this loop of where they just keep that self-fulfilling prophecy, where they just keep kind of proving to themselves that they can't. And then they back off further and further and further away from it. And then at the end of the day, they're just lonely and hopeless. And it doesn't need to be that way. And buried in their work, buried in their career, and nobody to share all the things that they've worked so hard with. Nobody to travel with, nobody to have those happy moments with, nobody to share birthdays with, and really just kind of relax and enjoy life with. And I want everyone to have that. So hopefully that this helps. And I'm not saying don't hire a matchmaker, but really keep these things in mind. Obviously, I'm not a matchmaker. Keep these things in mind if you are considering it. And truly, if you are considering it, reach out to me, and I'd love to chat with you before and let you know if from kind of what we discussed and where you're coming from, if you are at the right place for that. Maybe you are. I never say never, so I don't want to come across that way either. But I just want to give everybody this kind of insight, because that there's probably a very strong reason that it didn't work for you, or might not work for you if you haven't looked at some other parts of your life. And it's not anything too overly complicated. What I do is I say it's simple, not easy. It's just a dedication and a set amount of time where you're putting this as a priority, and then you learn to weave it into your life. So it goes with you. You take it with you. All the tools that I teach you, all the mindset management, and all of the different type of just personal development tools that you grow with, that grow with you. I still use everything I teach my clients. I still use, because I still hit new levels and new devils show up. So I still use it daily, and it's fabulous. It helps my life move forward, and I love to help other people in the same way. So hopefully that helps you. I'm going to jump off now, but I will try to do this again. Next time I might actually prepare with makeup, and I don't know, who knows. But hopefully I offered you some insights that did help, because I would love to know more people out there are falling in love later in life, and know that it's available to them. All right. We'll talk soon. Bye, everybody.